Hi everyone, welcome back to another Faraday Academy live stream. This is number 9 in the series, so if you haven't watched the rest and you want to find them, the whole playlist is linked in the description below. And also the GitHub repo that we have been working out of is linked. So I'm going to start showing that repo. It's called Gwen, or it's under my profile, which is Gwen F and curriculum app. And you can see there's instructions for running locally, what technologies, or an overview of the technologies of the app, mockups, which I actually updated after the last live stream. I think that's kind of boring, or in my opinion, it doesn't, give any extra value for you to see me updating mockups. So I basically created this homepage and added a sign-in button. I'm not going to do any auth yet, but that's going to be a future part of the app, so I went ahead and added it there, and we don't have this page at all yet. So maybe next week I'll add that page in a live stream. And then I changed the menu items up here, so this would be after you're logged in. You can see either all of the curricula of every user or just the ones that you have created. And I know there's a better name than mine, but when I was doing the mockups, that was the only thing that came to mind. But any of these words can change, I guess. So under all, in the future, I'd like some way to fork someone else's curriculum, make it your own, update it. You know, if you want to follow the same learning path that someone else is, you should be able to kind of take it into your own profile, update it as you want, and check off items as you're going. Yeah, and this page is basically the same, except the menu items are updated and some things are fixed here. And the same thing, the menu is updated here. And then I also added a color palette here, and I think those were the only changes that I made in the README. So yeah, and you can always get diff and look at what I changed. One viewer of the live stream did point out a problem. I accidentally committed node modules in the back end, so I fixed that. And yeah, and I went ahead, and if you've seen getignore.io, I'll just go ahead and pull it up. It's a great site, and you can just type in your language and environment. Like I could type in JavaScript, or I guess not JavaScript. What did I type in? I think Vim. Yeah, Vim, Mac, and Node. Yeah, Node. And it created a getignore file for me. And then I just copied this and put it into my local app. Hi, Athmain. How are you? Yeah, so that was it. Yeah, and I really appreciate the feedback and comments and messages I've gotten after the streams. Yeah, so I guess I'll start. So today I wanted to continue where I left off with the front end. Well, let me run the app first. I have it open here. Oops. And I'm going to do npm run serve. And then I'm also going to run the API. So I'll go into the backend folder, and it was npm start for the API. Okay, so that's running on port 5000. Vue always takes a minute to build. Yeah. All right. Cool. And I'll pull it up in the browser. So this is actually live data from the database, which we entered last time. And this is the part that I'm going to be working on right now. If you remember, these items, last time we only hooked up name, goal, and description. So if I go into curriculum front, source, real quick, with the colors, I went ahead and just added them in my Sass variables, but I haven't really done anything with them yet. So this is just the color scheme, which is different from the last live stream, but that's the only part of the code that's different. Anyway, close that. So create curriculum. So these three form elements, I have name, goal, and description. And sections are the part that aren't hooked up at all. And then, yeah, so I have save curriculum worked up or hooked up only for those items. And then Vue.js is also hooked up. So basically what I need to do is in here, which is these sections, I need to vmodel these items. And then, let's see, after I vmodel, I need to have arrays for these items, kind of like a to-do list, and they need to display. The complicated thing is there's going to be multiple sections, which Vue actually, with these complex forms, seems to make this way easier than any other framework, because with React, I could not do it very well without using a library. I used to use Redux forms, which worked amazingly well, but it was still kind of complicated. And with Vue, I can just use the default framework and it handles forms really nicely. Yeah, so that's my Vue plug for this stream. I'm going to go ahead and hook up these sections. So this is the default one. I need to vmodel. So let me start with the section. Since I'm already here, let me unfold this. Since I'm already, let me see there. Maybe that's too close. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I'm already looping through the sections in data. So I have section and sections. So I have this iterator variable already, so I can use that to model this text field, which is the name for the sections. So I'm going to do vmodel equals, and I think this is going to work, but we'll see. Sections, which is my sections array. And then I'm going to do k, my iterator variable, and then dot name. So this should get to, or model it off of the correct name, but we'll see. So let me pull up my Vue dev tools to see if that's working properly. Vue.js, all right. Why? Okay, so for some reason, I'm focusing it when I click on it, and then it unfocuses after I type one character. I'm not sure if that's my computer, so my computer crashed a few hours ago and I had to clean 50 gigs off of it because I only have a 250 gig drive and these videos have been taking up a lot of it. But it could just be Vue. Let me see. Maybe it's... Okay. Oh, obviously it's not in Vue.js. It's in this component local state. So I have the create curricula in sections. Yeah, so it is properly modeling off of there. And let me go ahead and do goal first before I figure out why it's acting strange. Here's goal. So let me go ahead and vmodel this. Hey nobodies. I can't remember if I said hi to you yet. Goal. All right. Yeah, so that should model properly. And then this is going to be a little more complicated, but not too much more, because I basically need to have some kind of placeholder vmodel to vmodel just what's in the text field. And then when they hit enter or add the resource, it's going to append to a list that I'm going to loop through here. So I guess I'll just add them as like new resource and oops, and new project. And those won't be saved in the database or anything. That's only to vmodel what's in the input fields. Okay, so let's type in goal. Yeah, goal is not working. Oh wait, I'm looking at the wrong goal. Okay, so goal is working and name is also working. I'm not sure why it's kicking me off or unfocusing after one letter. Maybe I'll figure it out as I go along. I could try it in another browser. But for right now, I'm going to go ahead and model this. So this field, this is the resources card. So this field is this input field right here. Okay. So yeah, let me vmodel equals sections k again and dot new resource. All right, let me see if that works. In the object, yeah, so new resource. And now when I hit enter, this has to append to the list of resources here. So yeah, that's a good idea. I should check the events. Yeah, let me go ahead and go back and see. All right. So let me clear all these first and get rid of that. Refresh. All right, so I'm in section and let me see how goal behaves, because that seems to do just fine. So I focus. Yeah, and the inputs, key down input events. And now let me see how name. That's weird. So I am getting let's see. I'm getting the extra event, one more event. So v text field is what I should be getting, but here I'm getting this extra v form event, and I'm not sure why I'm getting that really. But emit source v form. Payload is just true. And yeah, in the correct event, I'm getting the payload of the input, but in this event, I'm just getting true, which I'm not sure why I'm getting that. I guess I could search and see. Well, let me clear this again. So here in the input, oh, blur, this, yeah, I'm getting the correct input each time. Key down, of course, with those, yeah. And then, okay, here. What in the world? That's weird. It's just like a random extra event. I wonder if I can form. Well, let me look. The code is the same, right? Let me see. Let me make sure I'm not doing something dumb. Okay. So that's the same as this. I have v text field and v form. This is a v form. They're obviously both inside the same form. And they're both really identical, except one is v modeling to this to sections k name, and the other one is goal. So yeah, let me search and see v form. Yeah, v form event emit. No, that's not a very good one. Maybe extra. Two T's. All right, I think I'm gonna need Vue.js. The thing is, with event bumbling and stuff, I'm not even handling the event. I'm just using, you know, the default view and form, you know, event handling. Because all I'm doing is v modeling from the input. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be helpful. I could go into try, oh wait, oh yeah, GitHub Vue.js. Yeah, I am using Vuetify, so it could actually be an issue with Vuetify. Which I guess, yeah, the form is a Vuetify form. It's not a default Vue form. So let me look at GitHub Vuetify. Yeah, I guess Vue might not be that helpful. Vuetify issues. That's a lot of open issues. All right. Let's say form event or vform event. Yeah, there's nothing else to say about this. It's just basically an input. I guess I could say input event. It's just a regular input. On blur v combo. Validate. I'm not using any validation. I really think it's user error. It seems like it's something, maybe I made a mistake somewhere. I don't know, I might have to sit on this one. Yeah, because for some reason the input event, I mean, there's probably some way I can get around it by stopping event bubbling or something, because on this one the input event is only handled by this text field, but when I go to name, for some reason the input event is handled by the text field, and then it's also going to the form, which is causing this to unfocus. So I don't know why it's doing that, but I could manually handle this event maybe. I'm not sure. Let's see what this person says. No, it's not the same situation. Oh well. Alright, I think I'm gonna leave that alone for a minute and see if an idea comes to me. And I'm gonna continue what I was doing with the resources. Where was I? Oh yeah, with this. So I'm gonna have, I think I'm not, I think I'm just not gonna have a button here and just use enter, which actually that's, no, that works on mobile too, because you have the enter button on the keyboard. So I'm just gonna leave it as enter for now. And then if I need a button later, maybe I'll add a button. So I think, see if I remember this. So at key up equals, no, key up, and then I need a modifier because I only want to listen for the enter key to run this function. So I think that's 13, or no, it's more explicit to type enter. So key up dot enter. Let's see. I want to push this onto, I could do this inline. Let me see how that looks without creating a method for this. So let's do sections k dot resources, which is my resources array, dot push, and then push this. Okay, so sections k dot resources dot push. Yeah, that should work. Let me see if it works. So resources, let me just do test and then enter. Oh yeah, let me find, yeah, create curriculum. So it did, it pushed onto my array, perfect. So now let me display the array here. Let's see. So I just want one of these because I'm going to v4 through this. So v4 equals let's see, it'll be sections k dot resources. So it's going to be resource, oh, let me go ahead and put parentheses because I'm going to need it. So resource, and then do an iterator variable. I'll do m because I'm going to use m too. So resource in resources, and then I'm going to need a key here. So yeah, let me just put this on multiple lines so it doesn't bleed over the edge. Okay, so a key, which will be resource. So resource is just a string for now, and then I'll do plus m. And then here inside I'll do resource. So it's just going to show the resource. Okay, and this should work. Let me see. Okay, so there's no resources now, but if I do test, enter, test2, enter. Okay, and yeah, I'm gonna have to do an external function for this because I also want to clear the input. So let me do this. Wonder if I should make one function for resources and projects. I think I should just make one. So I'm gonna call a function, what should I call it? Maybe like add item. Yeah, I can rename it later. So I'm gonna pass it a string with resource because I'm gonna use the same function for for projects. So if I pass it resource, I'll pass it the iterator, and then that should be all I need, really. I think so. Yeah. So let me go to index instead of I'm not sure what you mean, nobodies. So you mean instead of item? So I'm not sure what you mean. Maybe you can explain. So here in methods, let's see. So I have add section. Let's see. Okay. So, yeah. So, like for example, section K instead of for each type of iterating. So here, I think that's what I'm going to be doing, unless I'm wrong about this. So, because I wanted to do this dot sections to reference. Hi, Paolo. Yeah, this dot sections. Oh, thank you, Dexter. Oh, I see. I think that's the problem too. All right. I'll look at that in a second. So, okay. Yeah, sections. I want to get this dot sections dot and then reference it with whatever iterator, whatever I value I pass in. And then I'm going to have to do type dot push and then I'm going to have to get the same thing basically. If you look in the description, there's a link to the GitHub repo, and the README has a little bit of a description about it. Yeah, I'm gonna change it in a second. Maybe I'll just go ahead and change it now then. All right. So sections. So sections k dot name. So wait, I can't remember. I thought I had it a second ago, and now I'm just sections K. Instead of section item from V4. So are you wait, there's too much going on right now. So are you talking about new resource? Are you talking about this? Nobody's? So sections. Or I guess it's not that part. So it must be right here. Add item resource instead of section. So you're talking about putting sections K here instead of just K? Okay, which line of code are you referring to? So all right, I'm not sure. So let me go back to this part. So this dot sections, so referring to the I object, and then the type, which will be either resource or project, which I guess it'll have to be plural, so I have to pass in the plural. Okay, so v4 section k in sections. Section k in sections, which is here. Okay. Why use sections k instead of section and then section? Yes, you're right about that. Where am I doing that? So my first v4 is, these are not v4s, so it's here. I have sections, and then I think you're talking about this one. You're right, so I just have to do section. Right? Yeah. So it would be section. Okay, I got it, thanks. I think I got it anyway. Section.resources. Okay. So resource in that. Yeah. Okay, so add item. So what do you mean now goal is not working for you? You mean the V model of goal from here? So sections. Yeah, I think actually all of these, I don't need the K. Yeah, so let me see if that helps. Okay. All right, let me refresh this. Oh wait, test here. So goal, and then this one, new resource, and now, oh, I got rid of the logic. Okay, good. All right. Yeah, I think that's definitely the right way to do it. I just wasn't doing it correctly, so thanks for saying that. So add item. So now I need to get this. So it would be this dot sections iterator dot new resource. Yeah, that feels kind of dirty, but let me see. I could do a ternary here. And well, I feel like anyway, no matter what I type, it's gonna have to be cleaned up later. So let me do I'll call it item for right now, equals maybe new item equals, so if type is resources, then I'm gonna pull well, because I need to get to this dot sections dot new project or new new project or new resource. So yeah, so I guess I'll do item equals type equals resources, and then I'll call it new resource. Or I could pass this in and just do string manipulation. So what I could do is this. Somehow this feels dirty, but let me just try it. So here I would do let item equal type equals, no, I wouldn't do that. Okay, let me get rid of that. So this dot sections I dot, in here I would do some manipulation. So I could put backticks and then let's say new, and then my variable, which will be type, and just slice the first letter and make it uppercase. So to uppercase, which is a function, and then where's my, close that, and then get the other, get the rest of the word, which would be type, and slice the rest of the string. Okay, so that looks like it's gonna work, and then I'll save that. Maybe I'll call it like, I'll call that item. So this, if that's confusing, that's basically gonna equal either new resource or new project based off of what type is passed in. But I also have to pass that in as singular, which, did I just change it? Where's my add item? Yeah, resource. So I'm passing this in as singular now. But the array project, well, these should both be plural. So I'll just have to add an S onto this. All right, and then I can push the item, but here I'm gonna have to put that in backticks, and this is a variable, so, and then I add an S onto it, and that should work. And now what I have to do is take this same one here and set this equal to an empty string so that it clears the input field. That actually doesn't look too bad. Maybe there's an easier way to do this. We'll see. All right, refreshing. And now I have resource. Nope, it's not working. Well, there's no error, which is good. And I do have test here. Project. So resources. Oh, that's not at all what I want to do. Okay, so I do want an empty string here, but I'm not referencing the right thing at all. So this has to be new so item, yeah. So I can just do item here and set that equal to an empty string. And Let's see if that works. Okay. It seems like it worked. So it is in my array actually as undefined. Okay. That's not what I wanted. And that's why it's not displaying here, because it's just undefined in the array. You gotta love JavaScript where you want a string and it just could wind up being anything. So yeah, and it didn't end up doing new resource. Oh, okay. So this item is undefined. So let's see why it's undefined. Something I'm doing here is making it undefined. I could debug this function. Yeah, I just don't like having the extra compile time of TypeScript and some of the extra overhead. But I know it's just when stuff like this happens, I always want, the features of TypeScript, but then, do I really want the trade-off? I don't know. There are some good things about it. Okay. This.sections so I'm guessing this part is right, and then new, so this part has got to be all off. So I'm just going to go ahead and log these out and see what I'm doing. Yeah, I could set a breakpoint, but I also want to see what I'm doing in this string madness here. So let's see. Well, I guess a breakpoint could do that too. Oh, it's not doing anything. So I thought that this was slicing. Is that what I thought? Wait. Yeah, so this is slicing the first character. I thought that this would slice to the end, but maybe I need to... yeah, you're right. I could hover over it. Maybe I need to actually use slice. And I wonder if that's going to work. Let me... Well, it does come up with the right thing now, but it's still... Well, let me try refreshing it. Get rid of this. Oh, I changed it in this. Okay. So let me try slicing from the character at index 1. Type.slice. Okay. Yeah, I think substring would work too. Okay. Sweet. Yay, it's working. All right. So why is this appending here? So item, oops, item should be yeah, why are all of these appending onto the object? And they're also appending onto the resource. So let's see. So if I go through this step by step, this is definitely not doing any appending. This should be the only one pushing the item onto it. I guess I could set a debugger here. And So okay. Oops. I wanted to see if it was already adding them, but I guess that's not really helping. Because it's not showing me in here. I really can't tell why these are being added. So if I get rid of that, does it still do it? No, it doesn't. So it has to be here where it's changing it. Name project. Yeah. So I'm not sure why it's adding this, because item is never equal to test. So it seems like there's no reason why it would set a new key value pair on this object rather than set. Yeah, rather than set debugger, click on the rubber or the nubber in dev tools you are traversing. Yeah, so since I don't think I've used the dev tools since I updated, I mean, I haven't used the debugger since I updated Firefox, so I'm actually not sure how it's going to help, because it seems like, okay, because it seems like it just shouldn't be doing this. So yeah, actually I'm not sure what you're suggesting to do. Push items. Well, I just have no idea why it's doing that. Item. Oh, I see. Ah, okay. I know what I'm doing. Yeah. I actually could have stepped through this, I guess. So this sections I should be this, and I'm never saving. For some reason I thought that this would be new resource. Okay. So I think that fixes the problem. Yeah. Okay, that was dumb. I just got confused. So if you step with debugger, yeah. Yeah, that's true. I could have done that. So I feel like this string is messy, so maybe I should save it as a variable. But I already have type here, so I guess I can just call it key or something, like key equal that. And then I can just have this as key, which would be a little bit cleaner anyway. Okay. So yeah, so this is working almost correctly. It's still annoying that these disappear because I need to add something in Vuex so I can what do you call it, persist state, which I should add now. Well, let me fix the projects so I can reuse the same function and everything I'm doing for resources. So let me steal this from resources for projects, new project, and then I'll pass in project, and I'm using the same iterator, and then here I'm gonna do the same thing when I map through the projects, except I'm gonna call this project. Oh, I have it all over the place. Okay, so project, and then yeah, projects. Okay, so I think that new project, I think that will work for projects too. So we do test one. Okay, I do need to add an X here just so I can delete these. I don't think I'm going to add an edit functionality. They can just delete it or add it for now. So test one. Okay. And then add a new section. Oops, did I add one? No. Yeah, add section 2. Let me put this down. So add section 2. And this should work the same way. Okay. No, it doesn't. So why doesn't that work? So that's still working in section 1, but in section 2, it doesn't work for the projects. This dot sections. And it still works for this though. That's good. There's no errors. All right, so I'm gonna have to debug this again. All right. You're trying to define a property to a string. You mean I can't do this? Is that what you're talking about? This dot sections is undefined. I'm not sure why this is undefined. So I guess, and it's weird how it's only undefined in this. Create an object. Key string. So I'm not sure why this isn't allowed though. You said this isn't allowed to have a string in an object? All right. Yeah, I think that's the only place I'm doing that, so I'm not sure why I couldn't do that, but they... All right. I guess I don't need the semicolon. So wait, so I don't need, so, okay. Okay. So let me try it, because it was only doing it on the second one. So let me try. Oops. Yeah, so that works. And this was the one that didn't work. Key, new project. So it's working so far. And then, all right. You said, I mean, via the dev, no, let's set a breakpoint. Okay. I mean, via the dev tools, click on the N in the dev tools sets up closures around the traversal. Click on the N. I'm not sure what the N is. And then, do you need to increment I++? You mean increment the I that I'm passing into the function, or the parameter here? I don't think so. Sorry, I'm confused. So one second. So, I mean, in the dev tools, click on the N. Yeah, I'm not sure what you're saying to do. It's gonna play. It seems weird that it just happens for projects here. Key are undefined. Item. New project, projects. Okay. Okay, so everything is working up until here, and then it's not pushing the item onto the array because type is right. Yeah, type is right. And then it's going to push test onto the correct section in the array. And then wait. And then I get an error. This .sections concat is undefined. String.concat is undefined. So this ends up being undefined. And I'm not sure why. So is that what you're talking about? Does this section exist? Yeah, so it does exist because I can push resources onto it. So like here, if I go into this, so I have one at index 2 already, and I'm able to push resources onto it, but for some reason I can't push projects onto it. Yeah. Nothing is incrementing in the array, no I++. So I'm not sure what you mean incrementing, because all I'm doing right now is pushing onto the array, so it's just appending. And the I seems to be fine because it equals the index that the one I want. But here, so let me go, where is it? Here. Yeah, it's always equal to the correct index. So, okay. All right. Test 2, yeah. And so that works fine. And then, but for some reason at anything other than index 0, it's not working. It's already past 9, but I really want to fix this, and I really have no idea what's wrong. Let me think. And I don't think the problem is this. So let me go through it one more time. So, okay. Dot sections dot I. So yeah, so this is fine. Project. Oh, why is it doing that? It's just called project instead of projects. That's why. That's very weird. So that's why it's not seeing anything here. And of course, there's no push function. It doesn't exist. I think that's the reason why anyways, unless I'm missing something else. And here it's called projects, so I wonder if I just need to refresh it. My live video is covering the inspector. Oh, do you mean, wait, the comments that come up? Or is it, oh, it's this. Sorry. I guess I can move my face around. Okay, I didn't realize that was covering, sorry. All right. So that was weird. Let me try to add here. Okay, just play. Okay. And add here. And it's still doing that. And why is this project? So let me see. It might be renaming the array somewhere. Let me see. Resources seems to work, but let me see. In here. So I have resources and projects, those are fine. And then in the second section, I have resources and I have project. Where is the S? So let me see if it does that from the beginning. Like if it just creates. Oh, okay. I know exactly what's wrong. This is a misspelling. So here I have projects and resources in the initial one because I create the initial one here. But when I add a new section, oh man, okay. I add a new section, it pushes from here and I spelled it wrong here. Okay. All right. That was, yeah. So it should all work now. I was hoping to get more done in this live stream, but that's okay. Yeah, so everything is working now. It was just misspelling, but thanks for your help in debugging that. All right, and what time is it? It's 9:15 on Eastern time where I live, so I could do a couple more minutes. So these sections aren't saving. So my save function here is, yeah, it's only saving the main name, goal, and description. So let me add sections to that. The only thing is this new resource, new project, I don't want to save. So yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do about that yet. If I pull sections off and then, so let me think, I could take sections and map through them and then get a new sections array and just remove these two. Or, that seems like a logical thing to do for now. And I could call it const new sections equals sections.map. Or no, that would be .filter actually. So be .filter section Yeah, I feel like it makes sense in Vue because sometimes you're pulling so many things off of this, because under the hood, Vue puts pretty much everything or maps all the data and everything onto this. So filter, let's say we'll return it if section, let's see, what do we want? Section, no, actually filter's not going to work because we want all of them. So I'm going to have to do map. So section, so how do we want to remove these? So I guess, I mean, we can return whatever object we want from map. So we'll just return this object, which will be section, or no, that's not what we want to do. Okay, let's return an updated section. So we'll have, well, we can just, what is it, delete in JavaScript? Where it's section dot new resource, and then, is this the right way to do it? I don't know. New project. Is that right? Let me see. JavaScript delete object property. Removes a property from an object if no more references to the same property are held. It is eventually, yeah, okay. Yeah, so that seems like it's what we want to do. Okay. Yeah, it looks fine. So if I delete these two off the object and then return the object, then this new sections should have, oh, you're saying to use .remove? So what would that be? Would that just be like this? .remove? I don't know. Oh, okay. So return updated section. No, actually. So, okay, so I wonder if I should just be returning section now because I deleted these properties off a section. It seems like that's the right thing to do. Oh, hey, X. How's everything in Spain? I've actually always wanted to go there, and I'll be in Portugal in like 4 months, so I'm really thinking about taking a quick flight or a train over to Spain. I really want to see Barcelona. Yeah, so this seems like it will work, and then if I have new sections, I can just do sections is new sections, and then this curriculum object is what I'm posting. And in Vue.js, when I post curriculum, oh, now I'm in front of what I'm searching for. Okay, so when I post curriculum here, oh no, I'm in the same component. I meant to click on this one. So in my Vue.js actions, when I post curriculum, oh, I guess I'm just logging it right now. So I actually need to update this anyways. So I'm saving the curriculum, and now it should include the sections. There. Oh, I didn't fix that bug. Okay, well, anyways. Let's see, enter resources, test. Oh, did I not? Okay, I'll get rid of that in a second. So I have the sections now that should be saving, so let me save it. And yeah, so it did save test and test goal. The only thing is I'm not clearing the form. I actually want to clear the form and navigate when I create a curriculum. But anyways, let me navigate away. And I have the new curriculum showing here. And I have the section, sweet. So I can see the resources in the section that's saving. Let me just get rid of the debugger real quick. All right, is there anything else I want to clean up right now? This action, so what I'm doing now is it's posting to the API, sending a post request with the curriculum object, which is getting stored properly in Mongo. And then this page, the view all, is pulling it from Mongo. Actually, the individual page is as well, I think. Or maybe it's just looking on the array, but I think it's pulling it from Mongo. Maybe. But what I do want to do is append it locally, because yeah, I don't know the consistency of Mongo. So if it takes a minute to update, but I automatically navigate from the form to this page, maybe it's not going to show the curriculum that I just created. So, maybe I can just do that in like, let me see, it's 9:25, so maybe in the next 5 minutes, and then I'll call it a night. So let's see, what do I need? In a mutation, maybe I can append, but yeah, let me see, because maybe I will sleep on this if I'm thinking clearly, because in display, yeah, when I display all of the curricula when this mounts, it's getting all of the curricula. So I don't think I need to append it in the action. Maybe I don't need to append it. Or maybe I'll do. I have to think about that. I should have a toaster or some kind of user feedback showing that the curriculum was posted. Yeah, maybe I'll add a toaster and clean this up in the next video. Clean up the post. All right, thanks so much for all your help today. My next live stream will be Sunday at noon, so in 2 days at noon, and I will clean up Vuex. Oh, I also need to, what was the other thing? I need to add persistence to Vuex. So this needs to, like when I refresh it, it shouldn't clear state every time. So I need to persist this in local storage, and I'm just going to quickly add a package. So I'll do some of that next time. I might get to, well, the database seeder should be later, but I might get to some backend logging and a few other updates I want to do. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great night, everybody. Take care.